Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good Saturday. Let me just turn this up a day. Forgot which frigging button it is. Oh. Isn't this coil not way out? I have to turn it up. Afternoon, Jadders. What's his new batteries? Oh, shit. Good afternoon, Nathan, John, Cullen. I think my batteries are knocked. Not knocked, but flat. Chris Dunlop, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Carl. Good afternoon, Jeffers. Well, it's quite miserable here today. I don't know what it's like where you are. Here, it's overcast. My nose is running. I hope I've not got snivels. Yeah, it's been, well, obviously it's been pissing it down. It's been pissing it down for the last couple of days, on and off. It really chucked it down yesterday. By Christ, it was going down dry like a frigging river. Good afternoon, Danny Simon. It's a little bit windy and all. Apparently, the wind is going to be kicking up soon, isn't it? That's the end of our good weather, but it's coming back next week, thankfully. Dazzle is not here. He's not in the group today, but he's gone to his dad's and he said hi. It is bloody cold, Jaffers. Yes, it is. I'm grabbing my fingertips. Look, that's how bad it is. But there's not many people knocking about, so that's kind of a good thing, because normally at this time of day it would be swimming out there, wouldn't it? Let me just have a grab of this coffee, because I'm absolutely gagging. I better be saying quite a special one today. Look at that, babe. Can you see it? Let me just have a slurp. Mm. Got Mexican in that today. Mexican coffee. It's quite a strong coffee, but I've tempered it. I've really knocked it back in strength, if you like, in that bitterness that's in it, because I've put some double cream in there as well as the full fat milk. So we've got full fat milk and double cream, and I've lifted that sweetness, not with sweetener, but this time with a little bit of salted caramel syrup. Not too much so it tastes like salted caramel, because I want it to taste like a cup of coffee, but just enough so that you can just get it in background. Oh, it has been sat here half an hour getting to know itself. It's chilly in London, John says. Timony says good afternoon. Neil Brannan, good afternoon. How's me? I'm very well, thank you. Carl McGee. Mum is at home. Just Saturday's off, doesn't she? She'll be at home cleaning. She hasn't sat down yet. Nathan Walker, can you do me another 2 visors, please? Well, I can't at the minute because I'm on here. I might have 2 already done, actually. Putting weight on again. Yes, I'm putting weight on again. It's diabetic coffee. It is diabetic coffee. Well, it's kind of, well, it's not, because there's no sweetener. I had no sweetener, so I've had to use, unfortunately, the crystalline stuff. But I have gone healthy because I've used brown sugar. And I can tell you that is just sex in a cup. I hope not. I hope that's not the foam on top. Speaking of which, me and my mum have been watching this program on, I think it's on Sky. No, not Sky. It's on Netflix, I think. It's about Jeffrey Epstein, whichever way you want to say it. The guy that's been sort of having too much of a good time with girls, apparently, a lot of young girls. This is the guy that's just been committed suicide. in jail, whatever. I mean, I've seen it. You only see what you see on telly, don't you? And all of a sudden it just appears on telly, and then you know about it, and you make a decision up there, and you think, oh, it doesn't seem right, that. But when you've been watching this program, I think we're into episode 4 now. So it's like a kind of mini-series type thing. And you can see how far back all these complaints and that actually go. And it's not that they're just coming out now and they've come, and they're complaining about something that happened 20 years ago or whatever. They complained about it at the time. All these things are coming out now. And it's been covered up and pushed away. And this bloke's been getting away with murder, basically, with these kids and that for years. And then, and this is, of course, with Prince Andrew comes into it. Yesterday's episode, Prince Andrew had just been brought into it. Now, the thing is, this is where it gets really strange, and it puts a different light on that interview that Prince Andrew gave. Because if you watch the program, it becomes evident that everybody knew what was going on. It's not like that nobody knew what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on, because it had gone. There was so many people complained, and it had gone through so many lawsuits, big lawsuits, and that as well. Taken to court and stuff, plea bargains made and stuff like this. So it never really became sort of in spotlight, did it? Until this happened. And that's where I said this is where the interview that Prince Andrew gave, it seems a little bit odd looking at this now, because he must have known that this was going on. So it's very strange, but he was a very dark character. But I don't think he committed suicide. I mean, that is just stretching it a little bit too far, isn't it? I think all the video vanished. The people that were on duty just did, everything seemed to go wrong. It was a nasty piece of work. But there are other people coming into that as well, including this Harvey Weinstein. On last night's program, it brought them two together somehow. We've yet to find out how that developed, right? But it's a very interesting program. If you get the opportunity, you go and watch that, and then it puts a spin on what we see on telly, on news and that, because we only see highlights, don't we? Yeah, Epstein and Weinstein together was a club. That's a photo that they had, and they were buddies. And you can say, well, yeah, you're two peas in a pod, aren't you? You two. But it's all down to the power, isn't it? That's what it is. Both of them people were in very, very powerful positions, weren't they? A lot of money, a lot of contacts, etc., etc. So basically, they got away with whatever they wanted, didn't they? Yeah, it's been a very interesting program, as that. If you get the opportunity, you get to watch it. Yeah, don't pop in at 2:15 if I'm still on here, though, Nathan. No, I'll be finished with them. I've been doing a lot of potting this week. I've got a lot, because I know you know I grow cactus, a lot of orchids, but I also grow cactus as well. I've got quite a few cactuses, and I've been repotting them this week, and I've also been taking seed pods off. I don't know if you noticed, if you saw the photo that I put up other week of a little rebutia that were covered in orange flowers. Let me just see if I can have a plant. Got baby seal. This is a rebutia. This is Rebutia minuscula. This one, it were actually covered in like orangey red flowers. You can just see remnants of flowers here. Look. Well, see if I can show you. See if I can get it out of this pot for a kick off. Yes, I think you should be able to pick it up. Right down in there, you see them balls that end at flowers? Down there. It's not quite focusing, right, is it? But that right down here, at the end of them flowers, near the body of the cactus, you've got a seed pod, and it looks like a little tiny cactus, but it's actually a ball. But it turns red, it goes like a little red cherry. And once it's finished, once it's ripe, and you can tell when it's ripe because it just starts to go a little bit dark, you can get them off, and you pop them off, let them dry out for a while, and then break it all up. And all the little black seeds come out, and then you've got to riddle it and get rid of all husk and stuff like that. Anyway, I've got loads of these. These ones are about, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years old now. It's from seed, and I've got at least a couple of dozen of these because it's made a lovely display. So anyway, last week I've been going around taking all the seed pods off. Well, I've got thousands and thousands of seeds. So I've already got too many. So I thought, well, what I can do is anybody that's interested in these, that wants to fancy having a go at growing some cactus, if when you put your order in through a website, for any other websites that we do, if you want some of these seeds, just let me know in the notes on the website and I'll send you a packet of seeds. There'll be about 100 seeds in a packet. And you only want a pot this size. In fact, depending on how big your order is, I'll either send you a packet of seeds, you know, if it's a small order, it goes in a small box. Or if it's a bigger order, I'll send you a potting kit with the seeds. So you won't need anything because I'll send you the pot, the compost, and the seeds. So anyway, just put that in the notes on the websites, any of the websites, when you put your order in. And if it'll go in the box without shoving it over the post, I'll put it in. If it's going to shove it over the post, I'll just put the seeds in because they don't weigh anything. But anyway, anybody that's interested, I've got loads of that. That's Rebutia minuscula. Lovely little plant, dead easy. And if you've got kids, they're going to absolutely love growing these because they start off ever so small with one little spike on them. It's fascinating to watch them grow, and they grow like lightning. Like I said, that is probably I think they're 3-year-old. But they are fascinating to grow. They have lovely little bright flowers on them. Also, another product is the card. If in the background, you see this. Also, now do these. This is one of the demo ones I did on the new versions of these plant identification tags. We have the scientific name up at the top. If it's got a common name, it's on the next line underneath would be the common name, and then on the third line would be the country of origin. So we do these. These are already on the website. I think these are about £1.50 a piece, custom made, so it's any plant that you want. And they do get cheaper if you get a pack like. So it's all good. All good. I've just been doing some repotting all my Lophophora. You remember they have a lovely daisy. In fact, they're flowering still at the minute. They have a lovely daisy, pink daisy on top. Unbelievable. It looks like a green blob, and then all of a sudden you get the pink daisy coming out of it. Beautiful things. And I've been putting white granite chips, miniature little chips, grit, I suppose, all around them so that they really pop out the pots. Absolutely fabulous. Filthy Rich, that's the one I think it's called. Yes, Carl. Filthy Rich is the name of the Harvey Weinstein program. Yeah, that's what we're saying, John. John Cullen is, well, I'll put it up here anyway. I always forget about this. John's just saying that. He wished the news on TV showed us all the news instead of cherry picking what they show us. That's what I was saying. It's not until I've started watching this series about Epstein that it puts into context both the news that you see on telly that, you know, this has happened, and also the Prince Andrew bit. It puts it all into context because everybody has known for a long, long time what this looked like and what he had his own fucking island, for Christ's sake. It were called, what did they say it were called? Rape Island or something like that, or something to it. So yeah, Epstein was definitely a takeout. Epstein was a takeout in jail. Absolutely. I think the officers that were supposed to be watching, because they were supposed to be watched like they were on duty for some reason. The video that could have captured it, that machine, funnily enough, didn't work that day. And all these things, it just, you know, honestly. Oh, what you got here? What else have you been making on your 3D printer? I've been making the visors, actually. There's two lots of visors. One of them is for the NHS people, which is like, well, I've already asked my doctors. I've asked both doctors here in Featherstone, and they're not interested in it. The ones in Featherstone never even got back. My own doctor said that they've got plenty of PPE. So they're going to be going to old folks' homes. which seems to be a big issue at the minute. They're free of charge, of course. This is by money that's been donated by yourselves to pay for the plastic and the visors and the electric and all that kind of stuff. I think there's about 180 quid that's been raised. I've spent probably about 110 of that. So that's gonna keep running for another week, I think it is. So it's going to close next Saturday. Is that sort of, I don't know what you call it, fund, if you like. And then what I'll do is I'll just make as many masks as what's in that thing. I haven't drawn any of that money out yet. It's still in the Just Giving page. I've basically bought the plastic and stuff, and then I'll just claim it back at the end of it. But yeah, that's still going on. But we also do visors that are for sale for shops, like shop staff, like Nathan's just said. Now he's a local jewellers, Castleford Goldsmiths. In fact, I've just done one of them bar mats for him. Let me just show you. This is the other kind of visor, the one that Nathan's just been on about. This is the one that's just for shops and that. It's much simpler to print than the other one. It's actually made by Prusa, the people that design the 3D printer itself. So this is not my design, this is their design. I'm just printing them. And effectively, you use a sheet of acetate, you know, that goes down and you punch it for the holes, and then they just clip on that. And then there's a little piece of plastic that clips at the bottom, just basically so you know where the edge of it is. It doesn't serve any function really. And then with a piece of elastic that goes round back, it's cloth elastic, not elastic band, although you could use elastic band. And then it just basically goes like this. So we've been printing them pretty much constantly, really. But I'm waiting for some more plastic coming out. So they're all the same colour. I've run out of that colour of plastic. Yeah, kept saying, yeah, and one bad copper murders a black man and COVID disappears from the news. It's true, that, isn't it? But I mean, the bloke that he had his knee on his neck. I mean, for Christ's sake, that is ridiculous, isn't it? But we never, again, it's another one of them things. We're only seeing that slice, aren't we? We're only seeing that slice when he's done that. We don't know what. I mean, I've not seen a piece yet where it says what caused him to do that anyway. What were the bloke doing for him to end up on floor? I don't know. But either way, it's yeah, that were wrong, like, wasn't it? But you can't blame the other two bobbies that were down by feet. One were holding his feet because they were just new on job kind of thing, weren't they? And the other guy that were doing the knee on the neck bit were the boss. So we told them to kind of hold their legs. But they're in trouble now because they've like aged and abetted. But that's unrealistic, isn't it? That's a little bit like the soldiers being taken to court for shooting the enemy at war. Do you know what I mean? It's what bullshit's that? To do this, though, isn't there? What's the fascination with cactus? I don't really know. For me, it's the shapes of them and that. It's the shapes, and also the geometric design of them spines. Look at that. I mean, some of the cactus have got spines which are gigantic, but like this one's got like, I don't know if it'll focus. Oh, you can. Can you see? It's got like a star of spines at the end of each blob. It's like a little star. You see, one sticking out at the middle of it as well, vertically, you see? As well as that star that's going around each little white tuft. There's some sticking out at front of it like that, look. So some of them have got really thick spines, but there might only be 2 or 3 out of each little white dot that you've seen on there. And they're usually much bigger and further spaced as well. So they look fascinating, but you can touch them like this and they'll really have you. Yeah, it's not like the sharper edge because the curve like that. But once you've got your finger in, the tendency is that you pull yourself out and then you hook yourself on everything else around it. They're bastards. They really hurt. They're worse than these. What happens with these is these get stuck in your finger. Do you know what I mean? And then every time you touch it, you can feel this little bloody hair sticking in. But I also like the ones that have got no spines, like the Lophophora. It's just a little tuft of hair. There's no spines. It's completely smooth. It's quite a lot of them. But some of them just go on for decades before the flower and stuff like that. I mean, some of the Lophophora I've got are nearly 30-year-old. I mean, you have to be patient to grow some of this stuff. You know, either some of the cactus and some of the orchids, you're waiting decades for it, really, sometimes. Which is why they're expensive, of course. If you want a Lophophora plant, you know, something that's this kind of size across the top, and it might be 8 or 9 year old, you're looking at 25 and 30 quid for a per plant. Because you can't grow it for that amount of time and then sell it for £1, can you? You know what I mean? But equally, some of it like this, you could sell this for £1 as a slightly smaller plant because it produces so many seeds and they're so easy to grow and they're so quick to grow that you can do that, but you can't do that with them. So you have to, you know, some of the little cactus that size are hundreds of quids, because it might be 25, 30-year-old, you know, like this, because that's how they are in wild. I like lithops as well. If you've ever seen lithops are known living plants. I've actually got some seeds on way of some lithops as well, and I've got some already sown. They're fascinating. They're about this kind of size, generally speaking, and it's like two. This is a leaf, and this is a leaf, but they're fat leaves, so they're usually like that, like a little pair of these little fat leaves with a pattern of a pebble on top, and these would sit in sort of deserty scrubland, gritty riverbed kind of material. So you won't be able to see them because they look like pebbles, hence that's what they are. They are absolutely fascinating to grow, and they're from a place called Namaqualand, mainly in Namibia, South Africa. That kind of area, and they're really fascinating to grow. Now they're not actually cactus, lithops they're called. But there's a lot of plants out there like that, and they only get this big, so you can have a really big collection of different lithops in quite a small area because they only require small pots. You know what I mean? Or you could have a tray this kind of size, you know, a decent size, a display tray if you like, and have different ones in it, different colours in it, surrounded by that white granite grit, so that each one pops out. Or you could make it look natural using real pebbles and spot the plant. You know, it's very interesting, really. But you get me all excited. Is it cactus or cacti? If it's one cactus is one, cacti is more than one. And cactuses is completely wrong. It's like mouse and mices. Making me more interested. The cactus, they only water them, well, really, once a fortnight, really. It depends how much water you're going to give them, like, and depends on the weather. The idea is that you want to keep them never wet, other than when you've just watered them, obviously. But they want to be more on the dry side because they all come from arid regions. Now, all of the cactus come from South America. Without exception, there are no African cactus. They're all from the Americas. These cactus. So think Arizona, that kind of thing. So it's dry, arid, even in places like Paraguay, where it's wet some of the time, or half of the time it's bone dry like a desert. So it's the bone dry but occasional flood. You know what I mean? But never ever water them so that they're sitting wet. You know what I mean? That's going to kill them. It's going to rot them up every time. I used to do bonsais. Yeah, I used to do bonsais a long time ago. I used to get an orange, take the orange out, or a grapefruit, get the fruit out and have the pip, fill it full of compost, and plant like an acorn or something like that into it. and eventually the roots will actually come through, and you can snip the roots off, so you can train the roots like that. Yes, it's fascinating. Some of them are, I mean, when you go to if you've ever been to a plant show, and you've looked at these, you have specialist stalls like, don't you? So you have the orchid man and carnivorous man, and the bonsai man. When you look at the bonsais that win these competitions, and they look, look like this with lovely stem and all, what you have to bear in mind is that them plants might be 300-year old, 200 or 300-year old. They're not 20-year. They're measured in lifetimes. So some of these little Japanese trees that might be this kind of size, and all like this with branches and little twigs at end and all this kind of hundreds of years old. So obviously that they win competitions constantly, because if once they started to win a competition, they're never going to be beaten unless that tree dies, because it's only going to get better. Yeah, but they're fascinating. They pass them on from family to family. Cactus are not very expensive, really. These ones. I mean, we do have cactus in the shop during summer when we've been out. Like I've actually been selling cactus here because I've got that bloody many other plants. These are this size are about £4, so not bad at all, really. Which is pretty much £4 everywhere. Might be a bit smaller in a garden centre, but yeah, fascinating. Bonsai trees. Now, the thing with bonsai trees is you should understand that you get people that say, I've got an indoor bonsai tree. But it's not a bonsai tree then, because a bonsai tree is a full-size oak tree from outside, grown outside in the same environment, just with a restricted root, as if it were growing on a mountain top and this acorn had dropped into a crevice with a little bit of compost, germinated, started to grow, and then where's it going to go? There's no more compost for it to grow in, so it becomes restricted. And that is the essence of a bonsai. So when you get a bonsai that's like a tropical plant in a bonsai dish at garden centre, like a ficus or something, that's not a bonsai. It's just going to grow massive. You know what I mean? So when we say bonsai, we're about outdoor plants, normally like spruce and pine and stuff like that. Bukuru bonsai. Mr. Miyagi! Wax on, wax off. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yana o tenki desu ne. Rotten day today. Yes, we can do all that, John. Of course we can. I would highly recommend you have a go at some of them seeds as well, because they are good fun. And if you've never done it before, you'd be amazed to see how they actually come up and how it grows. Because the strange plant, they don't have leaves as such like a normal plant. You know when a normal plant's growing because it's got a stem and it has leaves on it, doesn't it? Don't work like that with a cactus. With a cactus, it starts off as the tiniest little round sphere, green, just a little ball with one spine on it, on top of it, like a little tuft, like a babby, like a babby with two teeth, little tuft on top of the head. That's what it's minuscule. And then over a period of a few weeks, quickly, they swell up to be about the size of a half pea. And then they look, on top of the surface, they look fascinating, little green balls everywhere, which is good fun. Save me some seeds, yeah. No, I've got thousands on them. I actually bought some little glassine, the glassine paper, little paper packets that you get normal seeds in. It's like greaseproof paper, but thinner. Anyway, they're called glassine. I've ordered some little packets last week, so I can packet seeds up for people. I mean, if you don't take them off, what happens is that the seed pods will ripen, and then they will shed the seeds wherever they are, all around the plant, and then they will germinate in situ, and it'll just end up a cluster of cactus plants. But there's going to be too many, so they're not going to develop into a nice shape, like this, because they're up against each other and they've got nowhere to go. Do you know what I mean? So they end up going like that. Not so good. Cactus seeds, you can have some of them for free. Anybody that wants some of them cactus seeds? Get rid of that. Anybody that wants some of them cactus seeds, when you put an order in, just put a note saying, tell Les to send me some cactus seeds, and we'll put your packet in. Not a problem at all. Oh, just in case anybody wants to come on, I forgot to put this up. That's that. That is the if anybody wants any, if you've got any orchids yourself or cactus or any other kind of plants, and you wanted some of them name tags like I've described, which got the botanical name and then the common name if it's got one, and then the country of origin on these plastic ones, that is the link to the product on the website. Anybody that's not member of our Juice Cabin group can go and join there. It's free of charge. We have lots of fun on there, having a laugh now and again when we upload some silly photos and things, as well as good info. And if anybody wants to come and join me on this video, there is the link. Get back to me chat. Thanks, Les. Please include some instructions as I can't grow mold. I have a problem with Canadian palms. Can we pick up Agatha? You want to watch that, Agatha? Oh, just so we've got the gift box. As you can see, that we've got the gift boxes of these. No, we have the gift box for the net tobaccos now. Like, voila. We have the gift box for the Yorkshire Liquid Gold, and we also have the gift box for Iceman, which is the complete range plus bonuses in here, the better price, but you also get bonuses. And we also have another one, which is a selection from all of the different ranges. You know what I mean? So you get a couple of nets, a couple of Icemans, a couple of Yorkshire Golds, and etc. etc. And so they're variety packs, if you like. They're on the website as well now. Oh, have a little pull of this if my batteries. Oh, I see you. Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a Canadian palm. Yeah, I think what he means is it gets plenty of exercise. His Canadian palm. His 5 sisters of destiny. 5 sisters that can't get pregnant. Net tobaccos, no, they're not just for mouth to lung. You can use them however you want to use them. I direct to lung mine. A lot of people use them as mouth to lung, like at 9 or 12 milligram is the usual strength for that. Normally, if you're a direct to lung in like me, I'd use it on a 0 or a 3. I'll just have to get this. Hello, Juice Cabin. Right. No, you can just put another order through, but at the checkout, select I will collect as postage, and it'll not charge as postage. And we can combine them. Yeah. Smashing. Thank you much. Bye then. Bye.
Hey, up.
Hey up. Where are you?
You're right. I'm just
Where
at work.
you?
Skiving it back at work. Yeah. Just got a quick half hour, so I thought I'd come on for a bit. How's things? All right?
Yeah, very good. Very cold.
Yeah.
It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful.
So
Signal all right, mate.
Are you back at work now then?
Yeah. I've been back since. I never stopped.
Did you? I thought you.
No, I continue to plan with an email saying business as usual. So we've had to support these, haven't we? So we didn't have to stop. Yeah. It's all right. It's been good. It's been dead anyway. No, you're right, Carl. No, just in back. It's just in storeroom. Just full of crap. Yeah, absolutely full of crap.
Well, where's that
then? Ellen Road.
Ellen Road.
Yeah. A certain place I don't want to name. What you been talking about?
Also, it's a shit really. Cactuses and also.
Hey.
What did you and Liam have to have a go at the other day? What did you have? Did you get out?
No, it's that. So it's got me. I'm back on billet again. Oh, so right. I've ordered some clear panels, a new burr thing, and a few other bits. And it's beyond a joke what it's cost me. I've just had £26 customs charge on it. So for my birthday, I'm going to put this up together and then get it how I want. And then he's ordered me some screws and a few other bits, and I need to get a new drip tip for it. And then it's going to look like his eventually, sort of like clear and different stuff on it. So it's sad, but it's only, I've been vaping that and back up mouth to lung, but I think PG's ripping my throat a bit. So I'm trying to try different things. I've tried Subohm and 3 milligram, but I ended up going a bit mad. I was on 3 milligram for 4 days. So I tried 4 milligram. You can't Subohm 4. It's too strong for me. So I just went back. I'm on 6, and that's a 60-40 if it goes that way. So I'm just on that dwarf and on thing. So he told me to use that mod with that tank, so that's what I'm doing. It's just Liam advising. And he mixed up something called that period blood. He didn't want mix for it, so he's give it to me because it's too perfumey. But I like the perfuminess. It's really nice.
Yeah. Who's Mr. G? We've got Mr. Bloke here. Mr. G wanted to join us. Oh, it's gone now.
You gone?
Gone. Oh, he's back again now. Who is it? Here we go. Here it is.
It's me.
Oh, hey, you're right.
Hello.
You were away, weren't you, Cop? Oh, there we go. Wrong button.
I've been busy.
I like it like that. It's all right. There you go.
Look at this.
Fresh COVID cup. Oh, look at him. He looks like a fucking sheepdog now.
Run like one and all.
It's getting
full. Like earphones. They make you look silly. You know, we turn to the side like that. They look like earrings or something, don't they? That one.
Tell you what's funny as well when you're walking down the street with your hood up and you're like that and you're talking to yourself and you're like, yeah. Who's he talking to? Or you're in shop and you've got music on till while he's trying to talk to you and you're going,
What, yeah.
Just looking for a nice round of golf this morning.
Did you?
You have. Yeah. Go for that.
Yeah, well, weather like, did it hold up?
Managed to get 12 holes in.
Did you?
Not a bad score either, to be fair.
That bad at work.
Put it this way, it's a 3-par golf course. I've never played golf. I've been once in my life, and I've been to a driving range 3 or 4 times, and I did a 3-par 12-hole in 46 shots.
I've never been for golf.
I went yesterday. I did 56 shots, so I've knocked 10 shots in a day.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I went on driving range. Bloke started getting a bit annoyed with me because where 5th hole runs across back at driving range. I will put it ball over the back fence onto the driving range. Who's that? Sexy buggers. I'll have that. I've got youth on my side, don't I? Apart from these two.
I've put myself on a diet today. I've been on scales. I'm 17.5 stone.
What diet is it? Seafood?
No, just little and often and high protein.
What's like a pork pie every hour?
No, chicken, stuff like that. No, I'm trying to cut bread out and all sorts. I'm on a no crisp diet as well. It probably lasts about 3 days and I'll be back on crisps.
I've started with a bit of fruit.
Nice. I'm stuck at work, so I can't do all.
All day.
Are you at the office?
Yeah. As you can tell, this is our stock room. There's just like crap everywhere.
It looks like our stock room.
Yeah, we've no interwebs, and if we do, it's 3 milligrams. So I've had to put it on phone. So I'm streaming off using computer to connect to the phone for interwebs.
I can't believe I've even let you sit for half an hour.
I know there's not on at minute. It's just quiet, so I've just done my dinner. Thought I'd get on with something.
The only thing about this haircut is I was worried when I cut it the other week, I'll just open it and grow back a bit because the last thing I want to do is look like Les. You know what I mean?
This girl at work does ours, so it's not too bad. She's all right as well.
She growing a beard as well.
Yeah. I was, but as you can tell, I had an argument with a razor the other day. Aren't things opening back up soon now? July, is it?
Les can open on 14th, can't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna though.
You bloody better do. Want a coffee?
Yeah.
He can open up, and what we'll do is we'll do a Saturday web chat, and we'll all sit 2 meters apart.
You'll need a big camera. Do you hear that, Les?
Yeah. I'm just putting the batteries on charge gone flat. No, we'll.
Has this lockdown made you run your vibrator out already? Bloody hell, Les.
Yeah.
Get some 18650s in it, it'll be all right.
3-phase.
I'll do what John does and run his off mains.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to be opening on 15th. It's because me and my mum are still in isolation. The only way that would work is if I lived at the shop and don't go on because she's 80 odd like.
Yeah, but you practically live at the shop anyway, so you're not doing no different.
Yeah, I practically live at shop. Well, I don't at the minute because I'm not here. I only come at night time.
I'm saying you used to practically live at shop anyway. So leave Doris at home and you come in.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to leave Doris because we live together. So
it's not bad though, is it? Come on.
Well, no, but it's not. You know, I would have to move into a flat here basically, because if I took it home, it'd murder me if she got the frigging virus because I got it off somebody in shop. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I can't come in.
Get yourself a white suit.
I could do. I mean, we can certainly do all stickers and stuff like that because they've got all machinery here to do it. So we can do all floor stickers and social distancing and all that bollocks. So that's not an issue. There's plenty of places now sells the little perspex screens for counter, you know, so there's no coughing on staff and that.
You'd bloody make one, you.
Well,
yeah, you could.
Well, they are. Well, yeah, simple enough. So it is doable. But
I went somewhere the other day, and the shop's there, like just unreal. Just like 20 members of staff behind the counter, and they're all working, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
I went shopping to Iceland yesterday, and there must have been about just short of 15 of us in the queue. And there were 1 till, and there were 6 staff members just walling about, filling shelves. And I was sitting in queue, and I was just like, I need to get a job here. It looks amazing. Nobody cares.
Do you know how they've done it? No, honestly, you know what they've done? So obviously, a lot of staff are abiding by the rules as in going home. And so what they're doing is, my mum, they closed Argos, so my mum started working at Sainsbury's. And what they were saying is they were trying to keep everybody on the same sort of shift. So you all work in the same sort of circle.
Mm.
So, let's say 4 of you work together because some of the stuff you need to do 2 or 3 people. So 4 people will always work together.
It's
I'm just
mad at it.
Just seen somebody, mate, moving house. Well, the removals people are all three of them sat in front of the van together.
Yeah, you're allowed to though, aren't you? I'm sure they said to us that you only had one person in van, but if there's two of us on the same job, you need to get to the same place. We're not going to use our own vehicles, are we? So
you're not going to use your own vehicles, and secondly, the company's not going to pay you money to win your own car.
No.
They're going to say, well, you've got a work van and there's 3 seats in it. Use it.
Yeah.
It'll be a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got an office which is about as big as it's just nothing in it, and there's no way you can 2 meters. We tried best, but it's impossible. But I read somewhere it's on about relaxing it, which is good news.
But we've used when we're at work. We've got it set up so every other computer, and we've all got work laptops as well. So you can all work on your laptop.
Mm.
And then when we're out and about, we try and keep the same say 5 or 6 people working together. So it's not too bad.
We've got one computer between 4 of us.
So you got.
The trouble is though, when people start working, say it's not too bad. You don't know for a fortnight because you may very well have got it.
Yeah.
You could be spreading it around for a fortnight.
I tell you what though, have you noticed using hand gel all the time, every day? It's no good for your hands. It dries your hands out.
Dry.
I've given up. I just wash them now because I've come up. All my hands are like bright red from using it all the time and stuff. It's not good for it, is it?
It's all right as well when you're eating a sandwich and you've just done it like proper hand gel.
Yeah.
And you get like
that. How's it go again?
Yeah, just don't get the chubby ones because you'll end up dripping it by accident and vaping it. Close too many times.
You've got to get the one that's aloe vera for your skin.
I'd like to say, Les, if I can. Thank you.
You can say it if you want. What for? Offer you to Billy.
I wondered what was going on. Your order's been processed. Your order's been dispatched. I've not ordered out.
Because you left your card here, Cock.
I was like, I checked my wallet, got my cards, not online. What's going on?
I still can't vape nets. Still get a funny head off nets. I've tried again. I've mixed them up at 10% now. I'm going to try that tonight, see what happens.
What's that?
When I vape nets, I get sniffling. I get like a high head. I can't explain it. It's weird.
Well, I can only do it in that.
Making sense?
Because if I do it in that, it burns coils out quite quick.
I love the flavour of the nets though. They're so nice. It's refreshing as well. It's different.
Well, that one's Lemon-Iptus.
We had no snot all year.
No, not with that stuff. Have you tried Subhome in that?
COVID killer.
Oh,
like about 80 watts. It's mad. It doesn't block you. It does work. It's great.
Get it.
I was smashing that on this at 120 watts. I'll tell you what, mate. I like. I can breathe. I could do everything.
I think I'm the one I'm vaping on at the minute. Pretty much tastes like the the cherry sweets that are really soapy. It's like that. It's the soapiness. I think it's the acai or the pomegranate in it that makes it like that. It's nice though.
Did you make it?
No, Liam. He did the recipe and I tried it and I loved it.
Liam's probably.
And he said it's not going to work. In it. No, he said he said it's not going to work. So he says he can have recipe and I absolutely love it. It's really soapy. I like soapy vapes. You know, like the Pop Puree thing. Oh, they're nice.
Soapy vape.
It's weird. It's like fruity soapy. I can't explain it. You know, medicinal soap. Like that kind of. Yeah. It's acai, pomegranate, and something else.
You've got your cousin's leather out bag.
Can I have 30 ml concentrate, please?
Got some fairy liquid flavour. You don't have to blow bubbles.
Yeah, all day, every day.
Do you remember Imperial leather soap? I don't know if you can still get it now. With little paper lemon.
You can still buy it.
Can you?
Yeah.
I've
got some on a rope so I can hang it around the shower because I ain't got a shower. I ain't got a soap holder in my shower, so I stick it on a rope. I have literally, yeah.
I once bought it. Go on.
Go on, sorry. Say. No, I would say I got some of that thingy soap. You know, the chemical soap. I can't remember the name of it. Is it Bo? It's old school. It's from Victorian times.
All right.
It kills it. Yeah, it smells awful. I got some of that off into it.
Carbolic.
It's awful. Yeah,
Carbolic.
carbolic. Yeah, carbolic soap. Yeah, it's
I'll tell you what I
Don't use
found. I'll tell you what I found the other day that you can't buy, that I bought a tub of because I've never. It's nice to have a Swarfiga.
Swarfiga.
Yeah, we've got that stuff here. Loads of it.
Yeah, but they're selling it in literally about that big.
Yeah.
Because I used to get right big under them like this, Swarfiga.
They stopped using it. They've stopped making the original one because it had little bits of microplastic in.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, it used to have really fine granules of microplastic. So
it's not as good as it used to be now.
No, they took it all out, all microplastics, like you said.
Yeah.
You can get it with some of it's got like grit in it, like pumice.
Yeah, they do a bit with a lot of it's got pumice and sand in now, like a fine sand.
It don't work same like, does it?
No, it doesn't now. We've got like a wash station, and it's got like loads of different things of it. You know, you get your barrier cream, and then you've got the Swarfiga. But the Swarfiga, you spend 20 minutes just trying to get a bit of oil off, and it eventually works. And it does a good clean. And then you've got after work cream and all sorts that we have to use now. So it's nuts now. But nobody uses it, so it's constantly full all the time. We don't even have a sink in here. Nearest sink's about probably 50 meters that way.
So you've got to touch everything on the way to the sink.
Yeah, but mate, I'm past it now. If I'm going to get it, I'll get it. You know, it's one of them. I've tried.
You want getting it?
And I got. I got this.
I thought of a day. You know, they say when you come home, wash your hands. So I'll come home before I've washed my hands. I've had my phone in my hand, so I thought I'll have to come home every night, clean my phone, do this, do that, do this, do that, and it's just too much for me.
Yeah.
Pound a bottle. Pound a bottle.
Yeah. I thought they were going to stop selling that stuff. Sephora.
No, I make it into these. I put in a little spray bottle so I can clean everything.
And what's that?
Yeah.
There's a Flora. It's like you dilute one part into 1 in 40 with water. But I think that one at the minute's about 3 shots to it's about 1 in 10.
What is it? A sanitizer or something?
No, it's like a disinfectant, but it smells lovely.
Oh,
yeah, it's not.
I've heard the name, but I've never smelt it. So.
This one's a grapefruit, but they do like an orange, they do a lemon, they do a raspberry.
Washing up liquid and sugar.
Yeah. Does it works? It's great.
It works, doesn't it? It used to work.
It does. Yeah. I used to fix my car with my dad. We used to use that afterwards. Gets all oil off.
Washing up liquid and sugar.
Good. I know it's ridiculous. Isn't it? It works though.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to stick. It's amazing, isn't it? I used to stick white vinegar in kettle.
Yeah. Melt out lime
scale.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, we've got some good stuff here from removing lime scale.
If it's not your kettle, all you do is you just empty it out, fill it back up with water, then the first person that has it has a nice vinegary cup of tea. It's
we've got that here. We've got.
If it's electrical, I normally just turn it on, let it get hot, and then run cold water in it, and it shatters it off.
Let them drink a vinegar.
We've got zip boilers here, and when you replace element, you've got to boil it up 5 times before you can get rid of the taste. It tastes like plastic. That's all you can taste.
It's like a plastic coating on it.
Yeah, it's awful.
Manufacturing oil.
Yeah. I've been vaping on it for years anyway. Got it from China.
Has anybody got any questions?
How's your peppers getting on?
Oh, mate, that were a fucking... We had a bit of a disaster last week. I didn't come for a day, and I'd switched the water off while I was changing it, and I hadn't switched it back on. So one day they had no water. So they're all a little bit like that. Is
that his excuse? So he's not had no water. Is that why he's like that?
Yeah. Well, he was born like so. But these have been turned that way. They might come back, they might not, but it don't really matter because the experiment really was to see if the lighting system worked, how it worked. to see which of the
So
material.
how much is a full setup then?
It depends if there's different.
What you've got. So what you've set
What
up
I've
now.
got is about 500 and 800 quid there.
Good job, though, doesn't it?
It depends if you need the filter, because the filter's quite expensive.
Yeah.
It depends if you want this particular tent or a slightly cheaper one, same size but slightly cheaper, because the different ranges and that. So we can tailor this to a budget, but mine, this one here, is about 500 and 800 quid, which is pretty good.
And now he's got loads of lint peppers.
Yeah, but if I known at the beginning what I know now, I would say that one pepper plant is enough for that tent. You know, because the way it grows.
Well, that tent's full, isn't it?
It is full because there's 4 plants in there. But if I were going to do it again, what I would
Put
do,
one in middle.
I'd just put one in middle, and I would grow this particular variety at that side, which were Carolina Reaper, I think.
Because you cucumber in it.
I've only got the 4 peppers in, but we'll do something else.
You reckon you could do cucumber and tomatoes in it? So you could do a tomato plant, a cucumber plant.
Yeah, I've got one of my customers, and he's growing tomatoes in his now. He's got tomatoes on his plant now, but I've got little tomatoes on mine, but mine are little outdoor bush tomatoes. You know what, table it got conservatory kind of thing. But we're just starting to get little tomatoes on now. Neighbours gave us them last week.
Would the cactus grow any quicker in there?
Yes, it would, because if you wanted, you could have it on 24/7. So for the cactus's point of view, it's daylight all the time. So it's going to grow twice as fast, like, isn't it? It's going to have 2 days in one.
So whereas you've grown that over 2 years, you could theoretically grow it in a year.
I would think so. Yeah. That's how they do it in Holland, because in Holland, all these greenhouses that you see lit up, they're not Canada. They're actually plants like these, like cactus and that.
There's a place.
The increase the light.
There's one up as you're going up towards Grantham. There's one on the left-hand side there, just before Airfield. There's a massive greenhouse, and it's on a night. It's like purple and pink.
Yeah, that's it. Well, he must have LEDs on it,
and during day, it just glows.
Yeah, it's just subsidy, whatever light.
It's a garden centre. It sells everything, but obviously you go in there, you need to be shorts and flip flops because it's that hot.
Yeah, yeah.
A good place to work then.
When I used to go to Holland, for growing orchids and all that kind of stuff, I used to visit all different types of people. Carnivorous plants and cactus people, and all different types of people. And even lettuce people, and they all used artificial lighting over there.
There's people that've been trying to. I was looking at that thing, that Elon Musk that's obviously sent that ship up to the space station, first ever civilianized space flight. He's looking at the hydroponics setup on plants and how they can grow stuff in space. So if they were to go to Mars, they could make 20% of their own vegetables and fruit by doing hydroponics effectively.
Yeah.
The only problem is they've got to work out how they can get enough water for you to be able to survive and also to grow the plants.
Yeah. Apparently, though, there is water on Mars, isn't there? It's
all ice, isn't
it? Ice caps, yeah.
Well, they reckon it gets to -70 on a night, something like that. They reckon that by using effectively like a big giant solar panel in like a satellite, they can direct the heat and the sun's rays onto the North and South Pole, and within 20 years, they could raise the temperature of the planet. So by defrosting it, it creates a gas, which then also strengthens the atmosphere. Then obviously when you start being able to then plant plants, that then builds on the atmosphere as well. And hopefully they reckon in 100 years time, 200 years time of being on there, that you'll be able to walk around like you can on Earth with nothing.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? Another planet for us to fuck.
No, so I think we can't look after this one, can we? There was a video early. There was a video early, and it showed you Mars, and it showed you how they could change climate and stuff. And it started with they had nuclear weapons, just going straight in and blowing everything up and starting it again. And then they put asteroids in and loads of different stuff. And my mind was like, it's going to take X amount of years for radiation to clear out before they can go. So I think the plan that you said sounds a bit more doable.
And then basically they've got everything to create everything. So they've got tents that you could then create oxygen inside them, and then they're all modular. So one oxygen thing makes enough to make enough oxygen at any one time for somebody for a lifetime. So they reckon that if you put say 3 or 4 of them together, and then obviously that then pulls they've got stuff that pulls all the shite out of the air that then turns that into water. So at the same time as turning it into water, they take the moisture out of the air, and they also take the oxygen and mix that, and effectively they've got oxygen and water coming from the air.
Yeah.
That's that film The Martian, isn't it?
Yeah, 3D printers out there as well. It's supposed to be big out there. So if you break something or it breaks down, you just 3D print the part and you can change it and stuff like that. They were looking into that now. Yeah.
Or print
yeah, if you 3D print it breaks, you're up shit creek.
Well, I can always remember Les telling me when I went in shop and he got 3D print, and I went, "What do you do with that?" He says, "I don't know, but the first thing when they send you a printer out, they always tell you, here's the program. You need to print these parts, because if it breaks, you've already made the parts to fix it."
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's clever though.
But then,
then
you look at the warehouse where they actually make the printers, and they've got like 500 printers printing the parts for them anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the people that do these, the Prussia people, the same people that provided this template, they've got machines that are running 24 hours a day. The last count, I think, the 1,200 machines printing more printers 24 hours a day. It's just constant, and even then, it's like a 4-month waiting list to get a printer. It's ridiculous.
Carl's got a good comment.
Yeah, you can change your planet, but we can't feed home people on the street.
Streets, people are homeless still out there.
Yeah. It's the same as giving financial aid to places like India and that. At the same time, that they're sending rockets to fucking moon.
I know.
Sell it all of them.
Yeah, but the only problem we've got is we need Richard Branson to pull off whatever he's pulling off, because then we can have space flight from England as well. Because at the minute,
that's what Elon Musk is doing, isn't it? In fact, that's what the civilian flight were for, so they could pioneer it for people and stuff, for the rich and stuff.
No. What they're doing. So Elon Musk is now working on. I don't know if you've looked on his little thing. What he does, he's actually looking at, obviously a reusable rocket, which he's got now, which he can fire 10 times. They're actually looking at see if they can make a rocket that lasts as long as a commercial airline, for as many flights as a commercial airline, and if you can, they can already make the pods that carry the same amount of people as an A380 at the same price as an A380 flight, but it can get you to America in 40 minutes.
Okay.
So it takes off like a rocket, lands like a rocket, but then obviously all they do is just put another rocket on the bottom of it and then hoik it back to England or hoik it back to Australia. Or
I still think he's an alien from a different place in a human suit. I'm telling you, the guy's well above what he should be in intelligence.
Mr. Musk.
Yeah, he's well ahead at times.
But look at him. He turned around. He went, 20 years ago, I started Tesla. 10 years later, I've started a space program. I'm now running flights for NASA because it's £40 billion a year cheaper for him to do it than it is for NASA. But yet NASA have never made a reusable rocket, and he has in 10 years from nothing.
Hasn't NASA had its funding cut now, and then they've had the funding cut
because Elon Musk can basically provide everything for him.
Right.
The Russians are obviously annoyed because they've lost their money from NASA because we can now send rockets ourselves, and we're not paying them to do it.
Yeah.
So they've lost money.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk, there's a life there's a life on the space station on how long it can actually last in orbit because of the sun and it breaking down the metals and everything else. Elon Musk went, it's fine, I'll build another one.
I'd like to see the state of his car at the minute.
Well, he never got that one back, did he?
No, I mean the one that's gone right stone.
That's what I'm saying. He never got it back, did he?
No, he's not come back.
They've lost contact with it. They don't know where it is.
I've lost it now.
They lost contact with it. They don't know where the ship is. So some bloke's driving around moon on it.
It'll be in tatters.
There'll be a Facebook page pop up, won't there, with some little alien bloke driving it around the moon. Hey, look at this.
It's clever though, isn't it? It's one in eye for a minute. Let me just throw his car up in space. We have bloke riding it.
hang on. The car's only worth 130,000, but I'll just send it anyway.
Yeah.
He's actually buying. He flew to England last week on Wednesday and then flew back on Friday to America. He's actually in talks to buy something like 40 acres, 400 acres of land, and he wants to build a Tesla super factory in England.
That'd be nice.
Cool.
And then he reckons if he builds it next year, he reckons by 2028 he'll have another one, and by 2030 he'll have to have 4 to meet the demand for electric cars.
Yeah.
Because he's now looking at creating one that regenerates its own power.
Yeah, that technology's been around for years. They just don't use it.
Nobody's put it into place, have they?
No, there's no money in renewables. You see, it's the greed, it's the profit margins and stuff that the bigger companies don't want to know. The technology's been there for years. Yeah,
however, on the flip side of it, he's also applied for. You'll be able to have Tesla electricity soon as well, electricity and gas, because he's applied to the UK government to get the license to be able to become a energy reseller in the UK.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
So he's got his fingers everywhere, hasn't he, really? Space, on ground, energy.
You can also get internet as well from him, can't you? From them satellites. I can't remember the name.
From satellites. Yeah. It's getting ridiculous, isn't it? How it's all just one bloke's going to basically
run it all.
Run everything.
Tony Stark.
I tell you what, though, I'd love to see his house. If he's got all that technology, I wonder what he's got set up in his house.
Yeah.
It's like Tony Stark, isn't it? I never thought of that till now.
Yeah. It is Tony Stark, isn't it?
Turn up at his house, he goes, gate open, and the gate just opens.
I bet he don't have to click his finger, just think it.
I'm just trying to reply to a comment. It's not good when people recognise you.
Well, what did it say? Crown Watch?
Phil, where I got my shirt from, this one. And this is from m&mdirect.com.
Kangaroo proof, love it.
There's only one problem with M&M Direct. Have you had loads of emails and messages off them now saying that this new T-shirt's coming in?
I get a few. I've been a customer for quite a while. I actually pay for the premium postage thing. It's about 20 quid, but everything then is free returns and everything for the rest of the year. So it's worked out pretty good. But I usually go for whatever's on offer. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at main ones. I'll go into sale, and whatever's going to fucking fit me, I'll have. So that's why I've got these.
Well, I went
£4. You know what I mean?
I got given some golf clubs last week and went to this little driving range. Got there, enjoyed it. Went back the second day. Said to the bloke, "I want to do 9. I want to do 12 holes." He went, "Yeah, go on then." I says, "What do I need? Because what do I need that I haven't already got?" And he went, "Do you know when they look at your clubs, going, they're a bit old." Because I've got your cracking set for 200 knicker. He went, "I've took you some balls, some tees, everything. So I've got 4 drivers, all my wedges, my putter, everything." He said, "I'll throw it all in." I said, "How much?" He went, 200. I went, "Bang on."
Nice. My boss had just paid 150 quid for a new, sand wedge?
For one?
Sandwich?
Yeah, for one, yeah.
What sort of sandwich is it?
I didn't listen. I didn't say up because...
It's not cheese and pickle, is it?
No, wedge. Carl's just asking me where I work. I work for Intersurf, if that helps. Said he's sure he's met me before. He probably has.
Crown Watch.
Crown
Watch. Well, where I am if I what? I won't have a job, would I?
Either that or you've seen him on Tinder.
I'm not on Tinder.
You're not,
seriously. 2 meter social distancing, you're not allowed.
Is that your first can, Mr. G?
It's just one of my 5 a day.
What a pop.
One of my 5 a day. I've actually got 24 litres of home brewed dark fruit cider that's ready to bottle.
Oh yeah. Home brew.
8%.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be having to take a couple of pints of that stuff.
I'll get you both a bottle.
Yeah, I'll send after that.
It was
Send you
Liam
both a bottle.
on Tuesday. I got him some Jack Daniel, and he says if I'm late on Wednesday morning, it's my fucking fault.
Yeah. All right. Carl says he's met me. Right. Yeah, Carl, I got to Yorkshire Vapor sometimes on a Saturday. I might have met you there. I'm probably there's 2 vape shops in God, Juice Cabin and Yorkshire Vapor. There's the old guys that I know. I met loads of friends through this. It's bad, isn't it? Yeah. You start vaping, the amount of people you meet.
Where's that one?
The Yorkshire Vapor, that's in Pudsey.
Is it as good as Les's?
Nah.
It's super sweet.
No. The question is, sorry, does the bloke do as many things as Les does? Because obviously he's a vape. He
doesn't own it anymore.
3D print
sold it all off.
A sticker shop. He makes your cups. He grows your plants. He makes your coffee.
Yeah. I'm coming for some work t-shirts. I need some doing because work's just they're not orders out at the minute because apparently we're in a recession again. I think my company's going to go in pan again soon. So I'm just going to pay for myself. They just laughed. So I might come and get some t-shirts off you when things get a bit better. We've got these polyester ones. We've seen them polyester ones. They're absolutely awful. They're like sandpaper.
They're like silk, aren't they? Like a sandy.
They're not even like that. They're just awful.
The trouble with polyester shirts is it makes it wetty.
Yeah, I used to wear them for bed, but you sort of like get right sweaty in them. So
yeah. You get skin tags and stuff all over. Yeah, you get skin tags from them because they're just constantly rubbing. So they're awful.
It's a strange material.
Really good for winter. Yeah.
Can't beat a bit of cotton.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to get these orders done because I've got quite a few orders that people are going to be
no worries.
and picking them up.
Well, nice to see everybody again.
Yeah, it's always nice to be here.
Yeah, I'll try and make it next Saturday as well.
Yeah, it's grand. So whereabouts are you again today, John?
Ellen Road.
Ellen Road. And what have you been vaping on?
I've been vaping on Billet Box. I've got some Professor's Punch in that, and this one is called. Period, but I've renamed it Pom because it's like a pomegranate with acai and a few other bits, and it's nice. We'll put some cactus in it later. I think I'll make it.
We'll put some cactus in it. What about cactus earlier?
It's called what? Period blood.
Yeah, it was originally. Yeah, I've renamed it Pom now. Don't ask.
Now
it's Liam. It's
the blob.
Liam just makes something up and then throws it at me and says, "Bet that. Let me know what you think."
What you've been vaping on, Mr. G?
To Billet.
Nice.
And the little bit I've got left when I can find it.
Lemoniptus. Anti-snottus.
Lemoniptus.
Nothing because my batteries are flat.
Lemoniptus at 100 watts. Bang. You clear for a week.
Yeah, it's just good stuff though, isn't it? It always has been. Everybody, it should be NHS that really, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's not killer. Right, very good. I've got to go, but it's been absolutely super duper having you on again. It's been great to see you, John. It's been great to see you, Mr. G. Is that your new name, Mr. G?
Well, funny enough, you had a message off me as well.
Did I?
Yeah.
We sent it.
In the chat. You ready?
No, not for it. Is it private chat?
No, watch.
I can't work it, bastard.
It's me.
Jeff Simpson.
No. He's undercover.
I tell you, there was somebody last week who were trolling, and I'm sure it was you. I'm sure it was. And I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, I know that's Grant. I know it is.
I was at work. Which one was it? Which one?
About that we're all good looking or something, or receding and a few other bits. And it was brilliant. I thought it was. I called it. I couldn't stop laughing. It was brilliant.
I was at work. I was at work, and I just saw it, and I just kept like sending the odd post on it. I was like, I bet they're laughing their heads off on this.
I had to give you a full shine. Full
have it. Hang on. Here's one for you. Very quickly. if it's grown all that them plants that well, why don't you set it up above your bed in the shop, live in the shop for a bit, and in a couple of weeks you'll have a full bed of air?
Yeah, just rub some notes in.
You can sleep in your tent upright.
Come out with a full beard and a massive afro.
I slap like that. One hairy face.
Right, enjoy your day.
Right, tell me a bit. Have fun.
And don't forget, if anybody wants any seeds, cactus seeds, just put a note on your order and I'll send you a packet of cactus seed.
Nice.
Magic.
Adios. What crazy bastards. See you next week.